Hey everybody, what's up? It's Adam, DBCF. This is our first Facebook Live. Not sure if we're even broadcasting, but okay, Alea can see us. We're good to go. All right, I'm going to give a couple updates here, and then we'll jump into the interview with our member of the month. So, uh, where are we at? What is today? June 21st. So we opened January 11th of this year. So we're almost at our 6-month anniversary. Since then, we've grown our membership base, we've grown our equipment offering, and we've grown the services that we offer. And I'm really proud of where we're at. We started with 27 members approximately, and we've almost doubled. We spent a lot of money. We've basically reinvested all the profit we've made into more equipment, making it a better experience for our members. And just this week, we've had our first CrossFit Kids class, which is unbearable amount of cuteness. And then we've also had our first on-ramp member, Viv, complete on-ramp, and it's been awesome. She's doing really well. I just saw her today. She did great. So I'm really proud of where we're at. We do have a lot of people to thank, and this probably won't be enough, but thank you to Harlan, thank you to Megan, and thank you to Keith for filling in as coaches when there's a need. I know Logan's been doing a lot and occasionally needs time off, just like anyone else would. And it's great to have members that can help us out as coaches and not just like get by, but be like awesome coaches. So really proud of how that's gone and really thankful for you guys. Also, thank you to Amy for hosting a barbecue for Memorial Day. And thank you to Cameron Smith. A lot of you guys don't know this, but Cam has been involved in this whole program or this whole thing, this whole project for us the whole time. And so hard to like express enough gratitude for what he's done for us, but he's basically helped us prioritize and get kind of where we are. So thank you, Cam. All right. A few updates. So on the note of Cam, we have a website. Oops, sorry. Here's our website, dvcrossfit.com. And yeah, we have that. Another update here, 4th of July. We will be open, but it will just be 8 a.m. to 12. And then the other update here is Hot Shots workout. That's going on October 26th. We've basically had half of our membership sign up for that, so that's awesome. We are going to be creating some shirts, and we'll have those up on our bonfire page when those are ready. So we will have those ready soon enough that you can order them and wear them at the event. That's the plan, assuming everything goes well. But that's kind of where we're at. So let's see. I think that's that. Oh, okay. All right. We've got Logan here. Hey, Logan.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Good. I'm eating dinner.
Right on. All right. Before we introduce our member of the month here, I just wanted to kind of share what our vision is with these live broadcasts, and then also talk about what goes into choosing the member of the month. And then from there, we will talk with Carter and get to know him better. So the vision here for the gym is we want Deo Volente CrossFit to be a positive and uplifting experience for our members. We know that the community aspect of this is very essential, and it's what makes CrossFit what it is. And so part of that is like helping the member base get to know each other. And one of the challenges there is that if you come at like a morning class, like 9 a.m., maybe you don't get to meet the people that are in the 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. class or open gym times that happen in the evenings. So the thought is we can use these as an opportunity to help people get to know each other. So that's the goal. Logan, tell me about what goes into picking a member of the month.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Cool. So originally our first member of the month was Sandra, and hers was solely based off of her attendance, like how many times she attended. Which honestly, that was Alea's idea. If I could give her credit for that, I will. She was like, who comes the most? Who's come the most so far? And so I was like, oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can figure that out. Which props to Push Press for having that information. Push Press we're not sponsored by them in any way, but just having that information, like the graphs and stuff that they do, is really helpful.
They're actually sponsored by us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we looked on there, and then sure enough, she was at the top of the list. So we were like, yeah, that's a great metric for that. From then on, it kind of just became a thing where we were like, well, this person has been showing up consistently every single day, or so it could be how often they show up. It could be maybe they show up 3 times a week and that's their membership. They're not unlimited, but at the same time, they're staying after class and doing like extra stretching or coming before class. Maybe they're asking extra questions. Like for instance, Ashley's, we picked her because she was consistently asking what can I do for this because this is sore the next day or whatever. How can I stretch this, or what can I do in order to, up not even up the weight, but just like do a better clean or do a better snatch or whatever. It could be as small as me giving somebody a cue or Harlan giving somebody a cue, and then that person always remembering that cue, and then us watching them do that lift and being like, they remember what I told them, and then they're like executing it really well. So it's literally all across the board. But it's solely about the previous month. So somebody could be consistent for like, I don't know, 3 months in a row, or maybe even like give their heart. I wouldn't say consistent, maybe the opposite. Maybe somebody's giving their hardest effort every time they come in, but they're not being consistent. But somebody else has been consistent the month before, like coming in, doing their thing. Like that's the person that I'm looking at, because that's the person that I feel like I'm seeing all of the time. So it really is the prior month. So if you want to be member of the month for July, maybe June was maybe it's too late already. I don't know. No, but so anyway, so there's a bunch of different metrics that I think.
Sorry, if I could summarize that, then I'm hearing you say it could be attendance, it could be attitude, it could be effort, it could be consistency, it could be any number of attributes, but it's attributes that we view as desirable and exemplary, right? That this person is like doing something that if everyone did that would be amazing.
Yeah, totally. And it's usually applying it for the month before. Like that's the only way. Like I'll ask Alea, or I even have asked Adam, like this past month, who has gone above and beyond? Like who has even like talked to the most people in the gym? Who stays behind and like hangs out with people? Like it could be as simple as that. But yeah, usually it's the prior month and something that I feel like we've noticed as a staff, and then we go ahead and recognize that person the following month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's use that as a segue to bring in Carter, because I was supposed to do like a 2-minute intro, but we're at 10 minutes.
Nice.
So, Logan, describe to me why you chose Carter as a member of the month for June.
So Carter was consistent. Not only consistent, I would say he went from a punch card, which was 10 punches, to 3 times a week. And I think that was on accident. I think he was going to purchase an unlimited membership, went to 3 times a week. And then after that 3 times a week month was up, he went straight to unlimited, and he's been unlimited since. And honestly comes in, he's partnered with people he doesn't even know on partner workouts. He just is like, hey, are you doing this workout? Okay, so am I. Like, let's do this thing. Specifically Austin. He hung out with Austin one day. It was like a Thursday, and he was like, let's just do this thing together. Was encouraging him the whole time. Like stuff like that, I feel like is what makes the community what it is. People literally just genuinely getting to know other people and then pushing them to be the best version of themselves inside of the gym. And then he even stayed after and they chatted for like half an hour after. And I was just sitting there like thinking, this is what it's all about. Like it's this right here, them sitting there talking together, and they didn't even know each other probably previously from that point. So yeah, that stood out to me big time. And that was something that I was like, doesn't matter if you're the newest member in the gym, you could be giving it your all. And that's what it takes. You know, that's what we notice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'd agree. And I mean, I think it kind of fits in with the vision that we're trying to accomplish, where it's a positive and welcoming environment. And I think a lot of it we we as owners try to facilitate, but some of it's just like nothing that we can control. It's just having awesome people around that are like open and welcome to people like that. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Carter and then we're going to get to know him a little better. Does that sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Carter, what's up, man?
Hey guys.
I like that shirt.
Sir.
Hey, like I said earlier, this is dirty for Monday. I put it back on. I don't care, guys. I'm here for it.
Dude, I almost wore mine too. I was this close. I was so close. I should have done it. I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Right on. So over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to answer the question, who is Carter? So we'll just jump in. Carter, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? What do you do for a living? Are you married? All that stuff.
Yeah. And first of all, thank you guys so much for the opportunity for me to just have this experience at Deo, and just super thankful for all the incredible people I get to meet every single day, from the morning classes to the evening classes. I'm super thankful for this community, and just thank you guys again for just even choosing me for as I've heard it say, mom, member of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like super, super grateful. But yeah, people know me as Carter, but my full name is Michael Carter. And yeah, I've been married for almost 8 years. November will be 8 years to my amazing wife, Kayla Carter. We both met at the church we work at, Christ Church of the Valley, and when I was like 18, and been such an incredible journey. Marriage is awesome. I love being married, and we have an amazing boxer named Lucy, and she's like our child. Fur baby, man. She's like a little human, but
happy for Father's Day.
Yes. Yeah.
So dude. Wait, so okay, you and Kayla, how did that whole thing start?
So I was in high school, graduating, and we were like friends, and kind of.
How did you cross over the friend zone?
So here's like pretty big. I feel like I'm a pretty big deal here, because every dude at the department that we worked on asked her out, and she was like, nah, no, whatever. Then I come along, and I don't know what it was, my looks. I don't know what it was. Ask her, but was like, hey, do you want to get coffee one day? Right? That's like the cool little Christian thing you do, is ask people to get coffee.
Wait, she asked you or you asked her?
I asked her.
Okay.
Via text, I was too nervous to do that in person. And she was like, yeah, sure. And so totally kidding there. It was just really cool. Like, first just, hey, we're friends, like, let's get coffee. And just was immediately blown away by how she holds herself, and her being just a really strong, independent woman, and was just really drawn to that. And so just kind of from there on out was just immediately just like, just kind of, the falling in love, you could say, of just over the years of being super young and working at the same place. And yeah, it's been 12 years later, and it's been great. It's been awesome. And she's super supportive for me to be at Deo and like commit to that and follow through and showing up, and has been super supportive on this like fitness journey that I'm on right now, of like being surrounded by great people, but also being more healthy mentally and physically as well, man. So yeah,
that's awesome. So you guys dated for how long?
4 years.
4 years
Before marriage.
And then you got engaged when? What year?
I was like 21, 22 when we got engaged, and it was like a 1.5 year engagement. And
So you've been married now like 6 or 7 years ish.
November will be 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, at Carter's wedding, instead of having a cake and like a treat table, like his table was like 100 boxes of a dozen donuts. And I actually, so because I was so hungry and I was ready to like smash some food, there was somebody that was guarding the donut table, and I pretended like I was going to the bathroom to go grab some donuts, and there was like mounds of donuts all stacked up on top of each other, and I took 2 that I wanted that were at the bottom, and some of them kind of like fell down, and so I grabbed the ones that fell, so I ended up with like 5 of them, and I ran to the bathroom with them, and I was holding them in the bathroom like, what do I do right now? And I just waited like 10 minutes, and then I walked out and I looked out the door and nobody was there. So I just ran back to our table and I was like, hey guys, I got us some donuts. And our whole table was like, oh my gosh, dude, I was literally handing out donuts. And then you had so many donuts left over. I literally have pictures of them giving me a box of dozen donuts. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude. No joke. Yeah, we did breakfast for dinner for our wedding because we were like, that's our jam. Breakfast, dude. Breakfast is awesome,
good.
you know. But yeah, I'm looking at our Star Destroyer cookie jar that the Brew Bakers got us. You know, still got that. Dude, prized possession in my house. You know, got that. And
awesome.
So yeah, and that's kind of been the journey too. And we both have been working at the same place for almost 15 years now. I'm a production manager at our Surprise campus. And so what I kind of do is oversee all audio, video, lighting, and produce the weekends, and kind of help lead a team of volunteers and get to work alongside, great, super talented and jacked musicians all the time, like Adam and Logan. No, but yeah, so that's kind of what I do. And I love the artistic, creative aspect of what I do and get to work with great people. And again, culture is a big deal for me. Culture kind of sets the tone for like who I want to be and like how comfortable and vulnerable I want to be. And that's why, Deo is such an amazing place for me, because it's a culture that allows me to be vulnerable, allows me to be who I want to be and express myself and get to like work out with like awesome people. So like I've said this a couple times to people, like I'm super thankful for my CCV community, and as well as this community of like our gym and other people involved, and you and Logan, just creating such an awesome culture that I'm hungry for. I want to come back all the time. And I think today at the 5 o'clock class, you get to really see that. Like you get to see people that just want to keep showing up, want to keep giving. And that's just kind of been my story, of just like culture and people that I want to surround myself with. And that kind of goes back, Logan mentioning like my marriage and getting married and everything. I've known Logan and Alea for a super, super long time. And there's a season where I saw Logan just super fit and just like he's just inspiring me all the time. And I'm like, what's he doing? And Logan at the time was like really heavily into CrossFit back in the day. And, through that found Hammer. And that was like one of the most healthiest seasons of my life of when I was working out at Hammer with Logan and that whole crew. And so like I've been since then, it's probably was like 6 or 7 years of leaving that community, leaving that culture. And
was that the old Hammer, like the blue one or the yellow one?
Old Hammer. Old Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was at the second Hammer location as well before the one by Shooter's World. I never got to make it over there, but
that was the yellow one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Logan calls it old Hammer and old Hammer or Hammer. I just go by the color. Like there was the oldest one was like that burgundy one with the mountains.
Yeah.
And then they painted it blue, and then they moved to the yellow one, and they moved again to whatever.
Well, the yellow one was actually white and black first. So that was when Joe and Eric owned it. And then it went yellow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So there's like 2 versions of the yellow one, basically. Yes. The white and black, and then the yellow. Yeah. And then I just call the other one the baseball one.
Yeah.
But
I would like to just interject that he said there was a season when Logan was super jacked.
No, that was like that was kind of when you were being a music director at CCV when we kind of first met, and like seeing what you were, and then
what
just
is, what is Logan drinking, by the way?
What's that?
Oh, okay.
Fresca.
Are you guys okay if I have a beer?
I got this. It's tripping me out. It's like opposite of what I'm doing right now. My wife's been buying these. This is actually legit right here, dude.
Nice.
You know, trying to be fit, guys. You know, it's all about nutrition too, right?
Right.
Anyways, that's kind of like the gist of my story of just like, yeah, that's really it. Like with my just being married, and just loving that, and then CCV has been like really good for me with all my career so far, and this journey with working out with you guys and these people, man. And as like I've mentioned earlier, I love Star Wars. Star Wars is my jam. I'm all about that. I love music. I'm a big music guy. I'm a pretty big metalhead. Love that, which I appreciate our music. I love our music variety at the gym. It's very cool when Harlan's coaching, there's a vibe, and then when Logan's coaching, cool vibe, and then Keith when he's coaching, love the Blink 182. He's like a chameleon, man. I love his variety of music as well. But yeah, man, that's kind of like the gist of me.
Right on. Carter, where did you grow up?
Born and raised in Arizona. My family are originally from Long Island, New York. They moved out here a year before I was born. So kind of grew up in, Phoenix, and flew back and forth, like pretty much grew up in New York as well. So super thankful for the dramatic, New York beaches and vibes, and then Arizona, and played sports my whole life. Really was heavily in football and wrestling and soccer. Those were kind of like really big things for me. I know I don't look like a soccer player, but listen, I was fast at one time. So just grew up in a super strong sports family. Like we were always busy. We were always doing something in sports all the time. And super thankful for that, of just constantly being busy and just enjoying that, Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I have a older brother. He's old now. He's like 33. And
oh man, old. I'm 40, so I guess I'm like super old.
What anti-aging syrup are you drinking? Because you're a handsome guy.
He just showed you.
It's called CrossFit and beer.
That's the answer. And then I have a little brother and sister as well. Little brother just graduated high school. He's going to go to Arizona Christian University for football. Little sister is going to be a sophomore at Sunrise Mountain, and she's just like gnarly soccer player. She's amazing, man. So it's really good, really exciting seasons with our family too, with all that, and it's great, dude. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good, dude.
So we've got some questions here.
Go.
To like prod at you a little bit to
right.
get the good stuff out. So I know Logan's got a long list. I've got some here. I'll turn it over to Logan.
All right, you ready for this, buddy?
Hit me, bruh.
All right. What is, and this is for all of us, really, what is your favorite Pixar movie, and you could only choose one?
Whoa, that's a way
deep
to start with that, bro. Pixar movie.
I gotta Google Pixar movies.
I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
So it's not a fan favorite, honestly. It was probably because I was really into like street racing when I grew up, but I love cars. Like cars. I grew up, my family, if they listen to this, I hope they don't hate me, but we're like, my mom and my stepdad were rednecks. And so we went to NASCAR every time it was in town. Like we stayed on the infield, we stayed for the whole weekend. So cars, I thought, was very, very well done. So for me, that's just like a number one. I have a lot of other favorites, but for me, that one I could watch over and over and just never get tired of it.
Logan, that reminds me of a story. When you first told me that, I said something that was kind of insensitive, but I just laugh at it now.
What'd you say?
I just said, "Oh, you don't seem like the NASCAR kind of guy." But I don't think I said it like that. I think I said it in a more insensitive way. But anyway,
I don't remember.
That's good.
So
it never happened.
I'll say I'll have to answer it this way. Like I'm a 90s kid and like early 2000s, right? Like vibe. I'll have to go with like Up.
Oh, okay.
That makes me cry almost every time, bro.
Wow.
Especially being married now, dude. I'm like, I can't handle this every time.
Yeah.
But I think my another one right now I'm really vibing with Pixar wise is Coco, bro.
Okay.
Coco is, I cry every time I see that movie, bro.
So I said only choose one, and you
know,
chose two. So if you're allowed to choose two, then we could choose two, right?
I
Is
think,
that okay?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
You know,
So my original would be Cars. My second one would be Onward.
Oh,
Did you see that one?
I haven't seen that.
Dude, that it is the story of my life. The exact story of my life. So if you ever watch it, this is not about me, so I'm not going to go on, but if you ever watch it, talk to me about it.
I was going to say Chris Pratt played you in this movie, bro. I mean, it was pretty sick, dude.
Did he? Was he in that movie?
He
Was the older brother. I'm the younger brother.
Yeah.
Logan, we'll do an interview with you because I feel like your story's incredible too. But if I was going to give my top two, I would also go with Up due to the same crying factor. I mean, I never cry, but if I was going to cry.
How can you cry when you're always smiling?
If I was going to cry in a movie, you got to ask Giselle about this because she'll be like, he cries all the time. I'm like, nope. The other one though, so Up is number one, especially the whole montage when it like shows the guy like going through life with his wife, and then they can't have kids, and then she passes. It's like instant tears. I'm about to cry right now. But the other one is Brave. Not because it doesn't have the same emotional impact for me, but I think it's because my daughters love it so much, and it kind of like I think it focuses a lot on relationships, and I feel like as I've gone through life and like learned more about relationships, it's like helps me understand that a little more. So the thing about like not being harsh with your daughters and like having grace instead of like really, large expectations or like a ton of pressure on them. So that's me. But
that's good. That's good. All right.
By the way, time check. We're at 28 minutes, almost 29 minutes. So
I feel like we've only scratched the surface here.
I'm okay with the Joe Rogan format.
We just keep going. There's only two people watching, so I feel like one's Alea and one's me. So let's just keep.
I heard her laugh just now in the other room, so probably.
Let's just do it.
All right, quick snap right here. Favorite soda? Like
Coke
watermelon.
Coke Zero, done.
Coke Zero?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not Diet Coke. Coke Zero.
And whiskey.
I
feel like that's a version of soda. All right, let's go deep here.
Oh, we got Selena on too. Hi, Selena. Thank you for watching. Selena. Hopefully this is entertaining for you.
Least favorite trait in a person?
Ooh. Trait in a person. Least favorite trait in a person.
Yeah.
I just think lack of integrity. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it's probably like somebody who humble brags a lot. Like that can really get under my skin, like very much so. But integrity is a better answer. So I'm gonna go with yours.
For me, it's like arrogance or being condescending. Like I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I hate when you do that to me, Adam.
Sorry. Yeah. I'll try not to humble brag too.
What has been the scariest moment of your life thus far? That you can think of, or one of the most scariest moments? Could be anything.
Let's see here.
Not like I've ever lost my child or anything.
Okay, I have one. This is I tell this one all the time, actually. So, like I said, I have a little brother, and so I was like 12 or 13 when he was born, and we're in like a one of our old houses, super slippery tile, right? And I had socks on that day, and I'm holding my little brother, and I'm like dancing with him in the kitchen, just being a great older brother, just teaching him his ways, probably playing some kind of like metal song or something or whatever, Celine Dion. I don't know what my vibe was that day, but I remember doing like a move, right? And I slip sideways, full on falling. And I just feel like God intervened and moved my hand, and I caught his head like midway falling, and boom, like the scariest moment of my life, feeling like I could have like traumatically injured my infant brother being dancing,
Dude.
like kitchen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's
he
crazy.
was like totally chill about it. He was like looking at me like, what just happened? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, dude, it freaks me out to this day. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That freaks me out sometimes.
Yeah. Adam?
Well, okay. I don't know if I'm willing to share the story, but I think I am. So, this is applicable actually to the gym since we just started CrossFit Kids. So, we used to go to CrossFit Fury in Goodyear, Arizona, and we moved to Phoenix. Well, we moved to Verrado in 2013, and we basically instantly started going to CCV for our church and CrossFit Fury for our CrossFit gym. It was like those are the two things we needed to make sure we did. So fast forward a little bit, Rachel, my oldest daughter of the two daughters that I have, was at CrossFit Kids. She was just running from one side of the gym to the other, and she trips, falls awkwardly on her arm, and breaks her forearm basically. And it's like not a subtle break. It was like a very graphic like scene. So
Ooh.
I don't have the stomach for that kind of stuff. I could never be like a doctor that works in the ER or like an EMT. But anyway, I was trying to like hold it together and play it cool. So they're like, you should probably take her to the ER. CrossFit Fury's it's like south of I-10. It's right by Giant where we bought all the gear, but south of I-10 off of Bullard. And so there's an ER that's off of I-10 at Litchfield. So basically I had to get like on the freeway, drive 1 mile, get off on the exit, go up a block, turn right, and there's the ER. So I'm trying to hold it together. I've got my daughter screaming in the back and my wife's holding her. And then at the stoplight, so we get on the freeway and then we merge on and then we merge off at Litchfield. At that stoplight, I faint. Like I'm driving and I faint.
No way.
And then I just remember waking up, hearing my wife screaming at me, my daughter screaming in pain, cars honking at me, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then anyway, so it was like we eventually made it to the hospital, and the doctors like bring my daughter into the room, and then they bring me into a separate room.
My God.
But
Just like freaking.
yeah, I mean, stopped at a stoplight. Thank God that I kept my foot on the brake because
Oh my gosh.
it could have turned into like a worse issue,
So
But I
end result was Rachel was okay. She had a cast on her arm. You ended up getting your arm amputated because you got in an accident.
no, I mean, anytime you take your wife or your child to the ER, like there's always the like, hey, we need to take them aside to ask them a question to make sure that you didn't hurt them. You know what I mean? And then also, it's like it's expensive, so
Yeah.
like that's always another added benefit. And then I think the last part is like, what can we learn going forward? So for me, it's important that as gym owners, we keep our gym as safe as possible and have like plans in place for if someone does get hurt. You know what I mean? Like we know where the closest ER is. We know a route. Like we've thought through all that. Logan, I know we've already talked about like EpiPens and like AEDs and stuff like that to make sure that we're ready if something like that happens, but also like being smart about what we program and making sure we like do as much prevention as possible. Anyway, long story.
In case you watch this and you're not a part of our gym, we are directly next door to a med-equip shop that has pretty much everything for an old person. So we can at least provide a wheelchair and an AED for you by running next door, which would take us a total of 13 seconds.
Yeah. And some pasta if you needed some as well.
the other way, going the other way. All right, what's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
That's a great question. Man. Honestly, I just always am encouraged by people to like always soak in moments, like be super intentional of like your, example, my wedding day, like people were always consistently saying, take it slow, like, like enjoy it. It goes by so fast. And even like I'm 30 now and just reflecting on my 20s and just like encouraging for like even our young peeps in our gym of just being like, man, like soak in every kind of moment possible. Like don't always be, what's the next thing? I want this next thing. I want to graduate. I want this job. I want XYZ. Like, be super intentional of like the things that you have now, like the people you have in your life now. Because like for me, there's been so many moments where I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I was more intentional in those moments with people or that thing, because it's gone now, like I guess I could say, like, if you're an office person, like, I think it was like the season finale when Andy's like, I wish I knew I was in the good moments or the good times, so I don't have to reflect on, oh, those were the good old days. Yeah. I'm butchering that quote, but that's, I guess, to tie a bow on that, that's kind of like, I feel like always on my mind for sure.
Yeah, like the when you're in those moments or whatever, when we were in the good old days or whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny because that literally is the exact thing that I would say is somebody came to us on our wedding day, a family member, and he was like, hey, this day is going to go by really fast. This is the only moment where all of the people that you love are going to be in the same room at the same time together, and they're celebrating you guys. And so they were like, just take a moment when you're eating dinner to look around the room. Just stop, look around the room at all of the people you love, and just take that in. And for me, honestly, now that's all I do is like I tell people at their weddings, I'm that guy. Like I'll walk up to them while they're at the head table and I'm like, hey, just take a moment. Like just, I know you're eating right now, but just take a moment, like 60 seconds, and just look around the room, because this is the one time where all the people you love will be all in this one spot celebrating you. So I think that's, I agree.
I literally think you told me that verbatim too back in the good old days, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Occasionally I look at old photos of the wedding day that we had, which that's a separate story, but like it's crazy because some people have passed, like they're gone, and other like couples split up. Like it's crazy, like the stories, if you were to follow each individual at that place in time, like where their lives went from there. And even our lives, like me and Giselle, just the stuff that's happened since then is crazy. And so I think it's very wise to just look around and just be thankful and like in the moment, like be here when you're here, and just like being grateful for like that happy moment that you can share with everyone.
For sure.
Agree. All right. Are you team Edward or team Jacob?
Ooh.
I don't understand this question.
I knew you wouldn't.
Hot minute since I watched those movies.
You have it innately in you.
Horror movies?
No, Twilight.
I was thinking Jason.
Dude, I love the actor that played Edward a lot. And I think vampires are cool, I guess, at Team Edward, bro, for sure. I like
Wrong.
Wolves are cool. Jacob's cool. He's jacked in the movies. I think that's cool. Yeah, man.
So this quote unquote Facebook user is Anthony. I don't know why it doesn't show names, but
I'm Team Jacob. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna just skip around to the more important ones. Have you ever stolen anything? No, I'm just kidding. What is one of the most embarrassing moments of your life?
Oh my gosh, dude! There's so many, bro. Where do I go?
Dude, I could tell you one right off the bat for me.
Listen, you want to hear a really bad one?
Yes, I do.
I'll publicly say this. I accidentally oh my gosh, dude! I think about it and I cringe. I called my wife, but when we were super fresh dating, I called her actually my ex-girlfriend's name, bro.
Bro, man, dude. I can hear Caleb laughing in the background.
Bro,
dude, you asked a question, and it haunts me.
That's pretty cringe, man.
You asked an embarrassing question. I will take ownership of the horror that is. So there it is. I think I hear Alea in the background.
She's laughing.
Oh, that was Alea. I thought that was Kayla.
I think I messed up sharing this on the live air. This is, but hey, whatever.
Hey, props to you for owning that, and props to Kayla for her grace.
Bless up, babe.
I called Alea Elena when we first met one time, and she looked at me and was like, "That's not my name," and I was like, "You're right, it's not." But to her, to my credit, Alea's an odd name. It's a little bit different. But there was a time where I worked at a school with kids who are autistic, and we had this music hour, and everybody hated the music hour. The kids weren't paying attention. The music person brought bells and stuff, and the kids were hitting them and putting them in their mouths, and she's like, "Don't do that." And then the fire alarm rang, and it was like, "Oh, that means that we need to walk to the park down the street, so we don't have to do the music class or whatever." And so we're walking down to this park, and I look at the guy next to me, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, that means that we don't have to do the music hour." And I was like, "Yes." And I turned around, and the music lady came with us. And so she was walking right behind me when I said that. And then I was like, "So are we going to do the music hour, or we're not, or we are, or I don't know." And I was like, so we went to the park for an hour. It was like a drill. And I stayed on the opposite side of the park from her because I was so embarrassed the entire time. It was amazing. It was so cringe.
Logan, I forgive you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I need that forgiveness in my life, because that's one of the moments where when you're trying to fall asleep and it's let's replay the 10 most embarrassing moments of your life.
I affirm you.
You affirm me. Thank you for that.
Since you guys both shared, I feel obligated. So in high school, I was wanting to learn how to break dance. And
end of story.
Let's go, baby.
So actually, I learned a few cool things, and then which maybe someday I'll try to show off at the gym if I can do it without hurting myself. I'm 40 now, so it's not.
That's why you wear those pants that are activewear or whatever, so you could.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know when you need to start breakdancing.
Cool.
But so I went to this concert with my brother. My older brother Charlie was really into hip hop, and it wasn't pop hip hop. It was the quote unquote pure real hip hop. He Wu-Tang Clan and KRS-One and Tribe Called Quest, stuff like that. And I was like, whatever. So I just wanted to hang out with him one time, and he's like, "Hey, we're going to this concert at UCLA, KRS-One." And so we go, and it's this cool thing. And I'm not into the music because that's not really my thing. But at the end of it, he's like, "Anyone who can break dance, come up on stage." And they're my brother's like, "Go, dude, go." I was like, "Dude, no." But anyway, once he said that, everyone's like, "Yeah, go." And so I'm like, I can't, like, I'm just getting pushed. And then I find myself on stage at this concert and I'm trying to like not do anything. I'm just trying to like stay in the back. Everyone else that's up there like does all this crazy breakdancing stuff. And then at the end of it, they're like, you go, you go. Like everyone else had gone and I hadn't gone. And meanwhile, like Harris one is rapping and like everyone's going crazy. And then so I'm like, oh crap, like I can't get out of this. And so I just like do what I can do. And then I just remember hearing a guy saying like, "You suck," and then the concert ends and that's it. And I'm like, anyway, so that's
Yo,
my breakdancing
courage,
story.
dude. Way to follow through, man.
Dude,
Hey,
yeah.
I mean, I'll try anything, but breakdancing
Yeah.
is not my thing. So
At the, I think I've told you guys this before. At the Verado campus, we played a song at the end of the church service, and we played a play out. No, we didn't play a play out. We played a song at the end. Worship leader said, "Thanks for coming. Have a good day." And it was the last service. And in the very last chord, I hit the wrong chord. I was like a half step off. I hit it, so it just and it delayed, so the delay just kept going at the end of the song while the worship leader's like, "Thanks for coming," and it's like, and then I packed up my stuff, and the only way to walk out of that campus was to walk through the lobby, and I just walked through the lobby with my head hung down in shame, like through everybody, and they're like, "That's the guy. That guy, he stinks. Don't let him back here." And I play there like twice a month now.
I love it.
I still am embarrassed by that. All right, let's see. Other stuff. Here's another deep one. What's a widely accepted belief that you just can't accept?
Ooh.
Like flat Earth or whatever. Like it could be small, it could be big. It could, for me, I honestly don't believe. You can debate me on this all day. I don't believe that we landed on the moon first. I really don't,
dude.
I really don't believe that.
I'm gonna show this again.
Yeah, I don't believe that we landed on the moon. I think that I saw too much about it that was like there's photos where the crosshairs are like behind people in the pictures and weird stuff like that. That I'm like, I don't know. I just can't get behind that. I just think we wanted to beat Russia. So that's my. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I'm just making me think.
I think we have landed on the moon since. I think we have, but I don't think that first time we did. So if you have any evidence that we did, anybody who's watching, please send it my way.
I'm just a very gullible person. So like I'm struggling with this question, I believe I just like, I guess like something that, I don't know, man. That's a good question. I guess for me, like, I guess personally would be struggling that the belief of that, like people that just don't refuse to take ownership, like of their self, of like their decisions, of like how they are. Like I've just interacted with people that just truly believe that it's the other person that's the issue. You are at fault. I truly believe that I am not in the wrong. Like I don't know if that kind of is aligned with the question. That's kind of like a more serious one. But yeah, like that's one that I kind of really come to. But that's kind of goes back to like a character trait question. So anyways, yeah.
Right. This is about you. So
hey dude, that's a good question.
Yeah. I think for me, can you restate the question? It's what's something that is like a widely held belief that you don't agree with?
Well, yeah, a widely accepted belief that you just can't accept.
Okay. I mean, when I hear that question, my mind initially goes to like my work situation because I work in the electric utility business. Is like my main job. I have a lot of side hustles, but what I find is a lot of people don't have like a full knowledge of, what goes on behind like you flipping the switch and the light turns on. And there's a lot of like different aspects of that. I think maybe the main one is like around nuclear energy, that it's like unsafe and bad and all these things. I worked at a nuclear power plant for 7 years from 2006 to 2013, and I know a lot about it. And I see, my job currently, I see like different aspects of nuclear versus other forms of electric generation. And I have opinions on it, which, if anyone's interested in my opinions on that, I guess they can ask me when they see me at the gym. But anyway, that's, it comes up sometimes when I'm playing guitar at church, and there's a few guys that we play with that, are solar salesmen. They sell solar to like houses, like residential stuff, which I have nothing against solar. Actually, one of the properties that I own has solar, and I think it's awesome. And I've looked into it several times, just haven't pulled the trigger yet on that. But anyway, there's just always like stuff that comes up in those conversations, and I'm like, there's just not a lot of like knowledge out there about it, and so I feel like there's a lot of misinformation. But if like I said, if anyone's interested, I'm happy to share it. But it's kind of like boring for most people. So anyway,
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if I were to have a better answer to that question too, with the moon, I don't believe that JFK was assassinated. I believe it was orchestrated via CIA that orchestrated the assassination. It wasn't just the dude solo, I'm going to kill the president. I think it was like big deal, big internal scenario. I'll wear the tin hat. I'll wear the conspiracy theory hat for real. And just like, I'll throw that out there,
I
yeah.
I also, on that same note, I also feel that same way about 9/11, to be honest. I'm not trying to be insensitive about that situation, but I feel like I've seen information where it's like, I don't know if all of this could have been orchestrated by a couple of guys hijacking planes, but that's just me. All right, we're gonna do a
hang on. Before we move on, I just want to highlight this comment. I think it sounds like the CIA might be behind the belief that burpees are a good workout for people's health. I'm guessing that's coming from Anthony.
They're not good for your health. They're good at wrecking your wrists. All right. What is your current favorite place to get pizza? Go.
It was a place called Real Pizza in Surprise.
I said current.
I haven't eaten pizza since, bro. I'm devastated.
Okay.
Man.
I did go to the Sicilian Butcher recently and had their pizza. It's at not Notera.
Desert Ridge.
Northern, yeah.
Okay.
It was very good pizza.
No, it's not. It's not Desert Ridge. It's 101 in Northern.
Yeah.
West, yeah.
I used scissors to make slices out of my pizza. That's super authentic Italian right there. That was legit.
I use scissors to cut open like my, Gatorade packages or whatever. Does that make it authentic?
Hey, effort, bro. It's
effort.
Precision.
What artists do you listen to currently when you're trying to get hyped up?
CCB music.
Yeah. Brick by Brick is my inspiration TV song. It's a good song, but I would say Reaching by The Devil Wears Prada.
All right. Everybody go listen to that right now.
Sorry.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of eternity, what would it be? Specific, not just breakfast, like specific.
Real pizza.
Done. Chicken wings. Chicken wings, boys.
From where?
What sauce?
What?
What sauce?
Michael Carter's own buffalo wing sauce.
Dang.
He's from New York, right? So.
Dang.
True.
All right. What's your favorite season of the year?
Winter.
Nice.
Yes.
Me too. Do you have any phobias?
Spiders, I would say. Dude, I do not.
Arachnophobia.
or like being in the ocean and like knowing there's nothing under me, but like things that just want to eat me freaks me out, bro. And like looking down and you're swimming and you're like, yeah, I don't see nothing. But
I heard this recently. From somebody. I don't know if it was from you, but somebody was talking about this at the gym.
Listen, like this submarine fiasco that's happening right now, that is like my worst nightmare of all time. I did the Finding Nemo submarine ride at Disneyland, and I'm like, yo, this is cutting it close. I know we're not underwater, but I'm like, this is tripping me out.
It's literally on a track, like moving.
It's real, dude. It freaks me out.
That's awesome. I love
okay. Favorite Star Wars character?
Man.
Mind you, I don't know anything about Star Wars. I don't know one thing.
Me neither.
That's unfortunate, boys.
Baby Yoda.
I would say Obi-Wan, dude. I like Obi-Wan. He's a good. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What makes you laugh no matter what mood you're in? Could be a movie, could be a joke, anything.
I'm just gonna be silly, dude. People farting makes all the always will just be like, for real? You just farted right now, dude? That's freaking fun.
Who is your favorite celebrity and why currently?
Oh my gosh, currently Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. Always. Dude, his mentality. Hey, we all make mistakes. We're humans. You know? But dude, I like just how he's always kind of represented himself, and I like, yeah, he's the man. He's the man. He's the GOAT.
If I told you Dwayne Johnson, would you change your mind?
I like Dwayne Johnson. I do. I like his energy drinks a lot.
Zoa Energy.
Yeah.
What about Jocko Willink? He's got some energy drinks too.
Good.
Yeah.
I haven't had Jocko Fuel yet.
I've had it. It's not that good. They all taste the same.
Yeah. Right. Arnold, baby.
Let's see. Last two questions. When was the last time you cried?
Whoa.
Just now from laughing too hard.
Yeah.
Yo, this is gonna be serious. I call it serial. You know, try to be funny with it. But honestly, man, that sounds super sad. But like saying goodbye to my grandfather in hospice before knowing I was just like, this is it. That was like my last time I felt like I really wept. Like I wept.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I don't really cry like often, besides when I watch Coco and Up. But yeah, that was a real one, man. That was real.
I've cried a few times in like listening to songs, like listening to the lyrics and being like, is this really what I think it's saying? And then I re-listen to it and I'm like in tears. Yeah.
Adam's song gets me every time by Blink-182.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that's a heavy song. I don't remember what one it was. There's a worship tune that's out there right now that really gets me every time.
It's good.
Yeah. Sorry, there's three total, so there's two left. More serious ones. If you could travel back in time 1 year, okay, relive it and make changes, or travel back to any period of time for only 24 hours just to relive it, what would you choose? So if you could travel back 1 year and you could relive that whole year from 2022 to 2023 now, and you can make changes and make moves maybe for your family or whatever, or travel back to any period of time in your life or any period of time before your life and see it for 24 hours, which one would you choose?
Man, I think I would go back in time for 24 hours and like I think I would go back to like prime time Egypt, bro. And listen, can you hear me, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I see me in two screens. Yeah, Egypt for real. Because like we don't know how they made those freaking pyramids still, bro. Like the precision, like the infrastructure and the design. Maybe they do. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it would be freaking cool to go back in that time, kind of like that era of like the formation of that. Because I just think that's pretty sick, and we don't know a lot about it, you know. Yeah, Egypt, bro.
It's great.
Egypt is still alive and well today. I'm talking,
Yeah.
prime time.
Prime
Yeah.
time.
Yep. Yeah, I think I would go back. I would agree. I would go back for 24 hours just to relive it. It's hard because it's like a year, man. You could do so much. Like I was telling Adam earlier, you could do so much for your family. Like you could go back and you could be like, well, I know who's going to win the Super Bowl this year, so I'm just going to bet a bunch of money on it, you know, or whatever. But then at the same time, like again, if you ever watch Onward, I would go back for 24 hours just to visit my dad for 24 hours at some point when I was a kid, and just be in the moment for that 24 hours. And then
my answer is straight garbage after hearing that one. So
not even. I thought you were going to say walk with Jesus, which is, I would accept that too.
You know, I believe it. You know what I mean? I don't got to, you know what I mean? I believe it.
True.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Logan told me that earlier today at the gym, and I was like, bro, like hit me straight in the heart. Like I don't know what to say, and I still don't have a good answer for that. So I think really I would probably go back and just like talk to my younger self and just like tell that guy to just chill and like you know, like let time pass and just be patient and like don't be harsh with your kids, don't be harsh with your wife, just chill. Everything will be fine, you know. Like
Are you talking about a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like talk to go like to a 24-hour period after my
But you
first
can't
daughter was
change
born.
it. You can't change that 24-hour period. You can't change life. You can only go back and experience it.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's fine too. Like, I mean, Lene, how old is Lene now? 4?
Yeah, gonna be 5 on Friday.
Okay, awesome. By the way, congrats to her and congrats to you guys. I think, I mean, that's the other thing is like Rachel just turned, or she's about to turn 13. It feels like just yesterday she was 5, and the stuff that literally happened like this past week or two that I shared with you, Logan, that I won't share now. It was just like life happens fast. Like they grow up so fast. So experience like going back and experiencing like your children as like young kids, I think is precious. So if I could do that, I would, but I can't. So it's like, you know, it gets back to just like what Mike said earlier, just like be present in the moment and, you know, appreciate the moments that you have with them.
What's the Ferris Bueller quote? Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you may miss it or whatever.
I
So
don't
good.
know, but
I mean,
yeah.
You guys not sure about Egypt? I mean, that sounds pretty sick. I'm straight selfish over here, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, I mean, I think that's a good answer too. Like,
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say last question. Best for last. If you knew it was your last day on Earth, what would you make sure to do? I know there would be a lot of things you would probably do, but if it was your last day.
Oh, bro, that's a emotional right there, man. Just my loved ones, telling them how much I love them and how much they've meant to me, especially my wife. And our life, a majority of my life has been with her. So it's just like reminiscing and just showing my appreciation and my love for them as much as I can before that's it, I guess you could say. Yeah, telling people that I love them, you know? Yeah.
Totally. Would you come to Dale and get one last workout in?
I would deadlift 1,000 pounds. Hey, it's been a ride, boys. I'm out when I'm hunched over like this.
I feel like if it was your last day and Adam and I knew that, we would call Ronnie Coleman and be like, "Hey, come to our gym real quick."
Yeah, you're like, hey, we're doing the death race one more time. You want to do it, Carter? Dude.
That's hilarious.
Good, man. That's good. Good answers, man. Good answers. I applaud you. Good job, man.
That was good. I like it. Way to go. I think when Jeopardy needs new person to host it, I think you're the guy, bro. You'd be a good like Jeopardy person.
Who hosts it now?
I think the chick from Big Bang Theory. Yeah.
I knew that.
Hey, dude. You know, Jeopardy.
Interesting.
Great job.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at an hour and 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I think this is awesome. I was thinking it would be 20 minutes, but I feel like we needed more time to, really get into the deep stuff. So,
hey, Adam.
Yo.
Before you wrap, if you don't mind, I just want to just say something, if that's cool.
Sure, go ahead, man.
I just wanted to say thank you guys so much, man, for taking this huge opportunity, huge risk, huge sacrifice to make a huge decision and investment to open up a CrossFit gym. And especially with your wives having your backs, Alea is literally the best. She's been such a huge role model for me and your wife, Adam, and just her investment in you guys as spouses. And man, like I really don't know where I'd be going with my mental health, my spiritual health, and my physical health if I didn't have you guys. If I didn't have this opportunity, literally Logan just kind of just nonchalantly just being like, hey, we got a free workout. Do you want to just do a free workout? And literally just planted the seed of just like being super curious. And man, when I went to that first class and just experienced like what the potential and what you guys are doing is truly like, it's in many ways has saved my marriage, has saved my health. I was in a really dark place like a year and a half, 2 years ago with like alcohol, with identity issues, with just insecurities, and just, through my amazing wife and her love and support for me and my family, and trying to get back on this great trajectory of like who I am supposed to be, who is this man I'm supposed to be in this life. And you guys by far have been the most influential and most impactful to me on staying on this path, staying on the healthy path. It's not just working out, it's getting to show up and seeing you guys every day, all the people I work out with every day, and just being so encouraged, so inspired of just feeling loved by you guys, and just like the programming to the intentionality. You guys are authentic. And I think that's why people come back, because you guys are authentic. You guys are really great men and leaders. And I am so grateful. And just thank you guys again so much for doing this. This is such a huge deal. And I'm so blessed to know both of you. I'm so honored to get to know all the people that may watch this that work out. I'm super honored to know you and be your friend as well. And just thank you guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity of creating a culture that is changing lives. It purely is changing my life. I'm like 20 pounds down. I feel so good. I can't miss a day. The couple days I've missed, I'm like, I lose it because I'm like, I need this. Like, I need this. And I need you guys. And I'm just thankful. So I'll try to shut up and wrap this up, but like, man, love you guys. Like, thank you so much for just really just being a huge advocate for me and the people that go to Deo. Like, thank you so much, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. I don't even know what to say to that, but I mean, that's the reason. Like, that was the dream, was to put our money into something that helps people have better lives. And so I'll say Logan and Alea took a lot more risk than I did. Me and my wife did. And, we're all in it together. And we're happy to see people's lives transformed and, people like conquering life. I think that's like the main benefit is you learn that if you can conquer these little daily challenges, it's something that you didn't think you could do, whether that's like a kipping pull up or a muscle up or like 135-pound snatch or whatever it may be. but you realize like, if I can do this, all I had to do was like focus on it, like learn the movements, and then spend time strengthening my body. And now I can do it. It's like, what else can I find in my life that I can go conquer? And I think that's awesome. And I'm happy to hear that. And I think, that's, like I said, that's the reason we did this. So, anyway, it's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
I agree. Yep.
Brad.
We love you, Carter.
Dude.
For sure. Well, dude, this was awesome. I'm glad we did this. Even if no one watches, I'm still glad we did this. And I thank
I'm
you
stoked for the next one.
Yeah, me too. Thank you to everyone who did watch, and thank you to anyone who watches going forward. If you see Carter in the gym, give the guy a high five, give him a hug. Ask him about Egypt. And become friends. I think that's the best part about CrossFit is the community aspect, and that's what we're trying to build here. So,
yeah.
Carter, do you have any other closing comments before we wrap up here?
Man, I just hope you guys can always feel vulnerable and authentic to come to this place, this environment, and just like give your best, and know that we're for you, and we're for each other, and let's just keep moving forward and supporting each other and have each other's backs regardless. And it's going to be good. It's going to be fruitful. It's going to be what we need, whatever that looks like. You know what I mean? So it's great. I'm excited to keep moving forward with you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carter. Logan, how about you? You got anything else you want to wrap up with here?
Well, I feel like you guys said it all. I feel like, the whole goal was every person who walks through the threshold of the doorway into the gym, the goal was to make every member, every vendor that we come in contact with, or every person that we tell about the gym to feel loved and cared for. And I was even telling one of our members today about how over the past few years, I've become a person who's like, if there's a problem, that only means there's a solution. So if there's an issue or something comes up, that makes me happy, because that means that there has to be a solution to it. So you don't stop until you figure out what that solution is. And the people that come through those doors, that's our goal, is to tell them, like, you came in, something's off, and we're going to figure out what the solution to that is, whether it be like you having a bad day, or not feeling adequate enough physically, or any of those things. And so all the same stuff you guys said, that's the goal for us. And it may not come off like that all the time if we're like super busy and we're moving and things are rolling fast, but that's the ultimate goal. And I know that I've even shared those goals and mission statement, I guess you could call it, with Harlan and Adam, Malaya, everybody. We've all seen kind of what our mission statement is, and it's just to make sure that everybody feels love that walks into the gym and then walks out feeling even better than when they first came in. So, and just all the stuff that Carter said, I feel like that's the reason why he's the member of the month. He's just a grateful person, and honestly, just seeing him grow and excel, and just continue to be that way. It makes me want to be that way more. It makes me want to be more grateful. It makes me want to propel myself into the direction of like, dude, I need to be more positive. I need to be more focused, I guess is the word. And that's what I see with Carter. So yeah, props to you, Carter, and everybody at Deo. Everybody's crushing it right now. So I'm super stoked, even when people say they hate me for my programming. So
the Brubaker death race. Yeah, man, I would echo that. I think, I try to think through this when I'm doing photography too. It's like everyone's got a story. Everyone came from a certain place, and part of this whole lifestyle with CrossFit is like continuous improvement and moving from where you are to a better place, to the place you want to be. and I think it's awesome. So Carter, I really appreciate you sharing today. I thought it was great.
Yep.
You know, and I look forward to the next time. And this is great. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. And we'll go ahead and close it out here.
Yeah.
Peace
Later.
out.